Hi everyone, and welcome back to Captain Scarlet and the Mystrons as I take a look at episodes 5 and 6, starting with Avalanche. The Mystrons threaten to destroy a string of bases called the Frostline Outer Space Defense System. Now, the generals in charge of this is not happy at all about this threat, and he's not keen on Spectrum investigating. The maintenance guy who's visiting all these bases is eliminated by the Mystrons and replaced by the Mystron replicant. The first base goes offline, everybody is killed, and the general threatening to launch his missiles towards Mars. Scarlet and Lieutenant Green, and it's great to see Lieutenant Green out and about on his first mission, arrive at the first base. Everyone's dead and there's a strange mist. They can't fathom it out. Meanwhile, the Mystron agent has arrived at the next base in the chain of command, and he has killed everyone there. Now the general really threatens to launch his missiles. He wants action. Fortunately, Lieutenant Green takes his face mask off when they detect nothing poisonous in the atmosphere, and he cannot breathe. Scarlet realises all the oxygen has been removed from the base, all of it, and that is why they all died. Meanwhile, Colonel White and Spectrum get a report of the body of the maintenance guy. They now know who the Mystron agent is, and obviously Captain Blue informs Scarlet. With a trigger-happy general breathing down Colonel White's neck, they've got to move fast. And they arrive at the next base. Lieutenant Green just about saves the base, and Scarlet is in hot pursuit of the Mystron agent, who's now heading towards the Frostline headquarters. He succeeds. He stops the truck, he brings down an avalanche on it, and the Mystron threat is over. I would say this one is a draw, because though the Mystrons were stopped, they did succeed in killing all the personnel in 2 bases. They did succeed partially. So I'd say this one is a draw. Neither side won. And as I said earlier, I love the idea of Lieutenant Green finally getting out that chair onto the front line. Wonderful. I'm going to give this one 7 out of 10. And without further ado, let's get straight on to the next one. So here we go with episode 6, White as Snow. And this is one of my favourite episodes, this. The Mystrons declare they intend to assassinate Colonel White. Now, their first attempt is a bit unusual. Captain Black breaks into this disc jockey commercial satellite station, and he forces this orbiting rocket back down to Earth, and because of its trajectory is too steep, it just blows up, and the Mystrons recreate it, and they use it as a guided missile aimed straight at Cloud Base. Colonel White orders Angel 1 to launch and intercept and to destroy TVA-17. Scarlet is not happy about this decision. He's not convinced this is a Mystron, but nevertheless, Symphony Angel intercepts TVA-17 and destroys it. Scarlet is outraged by this. Colonel White's next action is to depart Cloud Base. Scarlet is, of course, still brooding, but he's informed by Lieutenant Green of the facts, and it turns out it was the Mystrons. Anyway, Colonel White has departed Cloud Base. Only Lieutenant Green knows of his whereabouts, and he's arrived at a secret location on board a submarine. Now, one of the crew is killed, and of course is now replaced by the Mistron replicant. The replicant obviously is going after Colonel White, and there's a bit of a shootout, and what happens is the Mistron agent is killed, but it's not Colonel White in the cabin, it's Scarlet. Poor old Colonel White has been dumped in a cupboard, tied up and gagged by Scarlet. So the Mistrons have failed in this one. And a very outraged Colonel White sentenced Scarlet to death via a court-martial. But of course Scarlet cannot die, so there's no point putting him up against the wall and shooting him. bit of a comical end. Yeah, this is a good episode, White Snow. I'm going to give this one 8 out of 10. It's really good. I like the conflict between Scarlet and White in this, where Scarlet is wrong and White was right to destroy TVR-17. So even Scarlet doesn't get it on the ball sometimes. And this is a victory for Spectrum. And on that note, goodbye.